Yes, it is. And thank you, Femme, for embodying that energy. I think that you are absolutely right when you called out Eurocentric standards of beauty and femininity and how gaslighting they are. And without giving you unsolicited advice, I wanted to talk about my experience of femme as an agender person. So I saw some people in your comments talking about how, oh, femme is in a role in the relationship and you don't have to look a particular way. And I appreciated the thought behind that. It's true that you don't have to look a particular way, but femme to me is not a role in a relationship, because then would you be femme outside of a relationship? Something to think about. But for me, femme is very political, and I wanted to talk about that. So my agenderness slash auti-genderness slash gender ambivalence, a lot of that is rooted in my autistic brain. I definitely don't see the value in the ways that we gender binary everything. And I also see that gender is very nuanced, and it's this spectrum of presentations and feelings. So if gender is a spectrum, then finding yourself somewhere in the femme part of the gender spectrum also has its own feeling of it's a spectrum. So it's a spectrum within a spectrum within a spectrum. Inception. But mostly when I think about femme, I think about two different things: being femmed and femming. In both cases, femme is a verb. So when I think about being femmed, I feel resistant to that, because I know from my experience that a lot of being femmed is being expected to hold a certain amount of labor as you are relating to other people in the world, particularly the labor of emotional labor, nurturing labor, sexual labor, and I refuse to be femmed. But I very much appreciate the act of femming. When I think of femming, I think about aligning myself with people of other marginalized genders. I think about my ancestral matriarchal wisdom and the ways that white supremacy, colonization, and capitalism seek to erase that wisdom. How so much of that wisdom is my cultural inheritance that's being stolen from me. When I think about being femme, I think about doing the work of taking a hard look at gender and finding yourself somewhere within femininity and seeking to present, embody, explore a transgressive model of femininity. So yeah, those are just some brief thoughts, but I definitely wanted to respond to that. Thank you for sharing your inquiry, femme. Thank you for inspiring this video, and thank you for being a beautiful part of my community. Love you. Okay, bye.